Hi, everyone, and welcome back for Sacred Heart Connections. So today, and in this broadcast, I actually speak about spirituality, intuition, what we're going through at the moment globally, about shifts, alignment, ascensions, what that actually means for us, transmuting. So just look at me as like your translator for if you have any questions about your spiritual practice, or maybe you need to be more spiritually disciplined to understand what's going on, to have more understanding about what's going on globally at the moment. So most of you know we're going through this huge shift. For some of you, you would have felt that shift. For some of you, you're still learning, or you're not quite aware yet. For some of us, we're really awakened to what's going on in the world. But before I go on and speak about that, I just did a beautiful meditation, bringing in more light. And one of the comments came from Layla. I'd like to thank you for your comment. She was struggling with meditation and has done in the past, and she had a breakthrough in the meditation that I just taught for the Sacred Heart. So I'll just talk a little bit about that, and thank you. There's a couple of, not Jermaine joined. Thank you for joining. And I'd love to hear what country you're from. I'm from Bali, so this is coming from you from Bali. And Vanessa, thank you so much for joining. Would love to know where you're from, actually. So please drop me a line and let me know where you're from. But thank you so much for bringing your beautiful energy into the meditation this morning. So with meditation, if we're stuck, the key there is a bit of a formula. And one of the things I do teach here in Bali when I'm working with clients, either one-on-one or in group settings, is to focus on the breath. So when we that's why breath work now is very out there, sound healing, very out there, because all these things are to stimulate our nervous system. But you have the power. When we learn to use our breath, it becomes our power, like our powerhouse to shut down anything that's taking us out of our alignment or misalignment, or we feel out of balance or anxiety or a bit depressed. It's coming from our misalignment. And what our breath does, when you think about it, it comes from Mother Earth. It's it's nature. You're breathing in Mother Nature. Mother Nature is saying, take me in. I've purified what you've given out. So when we exhale, we usually exhale our toxins. When we're stressed, our breathing starts to, and our heartbeat is elevated. And what we're breathing out is like toxins. Carbon monoxide, so that Mother Earth takes that in. She purifies it and gives us breath or prana, life force energy. They're all one of the same. So when we're breathing that in, if you have an understanding that what you're breathing into the body is for your higher good, to tune into your higher self, into your intuition, relax your body and just start to feel that. And what happens is the mind, when the body relaxes, the mind calms. When the mind is calm, there's a space made within the mind, the subconscious, where it will allow you to do whatever you want to do. So through visualization, and this is real imagery, it's another part of the brain that you use, your imagination for creation, I say. And then when you're listening to a guided meditation, or you can try and do one yourself, what you're doing is bringing in what's already out there. For example, the universe is made up of many, many things, including thoughts. So actually, this might be a bit of an example of what happened to me. So a couple of years ago, I had a vision in meditation of this little baby unicorn, and the little baby unicorn spoke to me and said, you need to write a children's book. And I went, wow, how do I do that? But anyway, I won't share any more about that, but I did. I wrote this children's book about 18 months ago. It got published. So about unicorns, about fairies and angels, but I actually got my granddaughter, who was 4 at the time, to tell me where unicorns live and tell me all about unicorns. So it really, the inspiration came from her and how I was guided to write this book. But what I'm saying, that why I'm talking about that for, is because the image of the unicorn came from somewhere. It actually came from the universe to give me a direction, guidance of what to do next. So if you're in meditation, don't force something or someone to come. Allow them to come. And what will happen, they will come, but you need to have the body relax first so the mind can relax, the subconscious mind. So there's a space made, a gap, so that imagery can come in. You might get an imagery, like a lot of people that I teach, they receive from ancestors. They receive from the light. They might see light or colour. So the key is to make sure that you are relaxed. Use your breath, your power of your breath to relax your body and calm your mind so that space is made. And once that happens, then the magic happens and you will receive. It's a very simple formula, but if we don't understand it, and please, like if you need more information about that, about your meditation practice, please let me know. It's the same with prayer. When we do prayer is very powerful, but if we do it in a state of when our heart is open and coming from a place of love, it's very, very powerful. And people say, my prayers were answered. I prayed for this, and a couple of days later, it just showed up. If it was a person or a thing or something that I've been hoping for a couple of years, and that's all I had to do. I go, how cool is that? Keep doing it. So it's like, if we want a peaceful world and live in peace and harmony, we just pray and meditate to that and we make that happen. And that's how it works, simply. It's a very simple formula. There's no, you have to go to university or do this or do that. You just have everything you need within you, within your beautiful heart. Let your heart guide you. Your heart is your gateway to your soul, to your inner spirit. So I'm so happy that Layla sent me that message that she had a breakthrough. She's been struggling with meditation, and today she had a breakthrough. So thank you very much, Layla. Would love to know where you're from, though. So if you are watching this, please let me know. And another thing I wanted to touch on, if that's not enough about meditation, please send me some comments or reach out to me. So we've been going through massive shifts, some of us more so than others. The key, again, because this touches on meditation, is not to resist what we're shifting through. Now, if you're struggling or feeling like you're suffering in something, or maybe, why is this happening to me? If there's a God, why is he doing this to me? It's actually not coming from God. It's coming from something within you that has been planted in you from when you were a child. So this is why inner child work now is so important. And I do that as well. So if you want to reach out, if you've got deep inner child trauma or something that you know that is stuck and you not feeling like you can release it on your own, please reach out. I do lots of Skype sessions and video calls and helping people around the world with that, to shift them into their love and light. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on. I'm a bit, my throat's a bit blocked this today. And I keep, so anyway, keep listening, keep meditating, keep praying, and allow those answers to come. Don't stay in your resistance, because if you do, you're going to cause yourself more suffering, especially in these times. We have to let go of the past, all of us, not just a few of us, all of us. That world no longer exists. And if we don't do that, we're going to bring around our own suffering. We will suffer. So we need to open up more, meditate more, pray more, ask for the heart, ask your inner guidance, which is your heart. What's my next step? How do I release this? Can you help me? Bring in the angels. Archangel Michael is a beautiful one. He's like the hierarchy of the angels. Bring him in and ask, what angel do I connect with to have this resistance lifted? Show me the love in my heart. Show me who I am. Ask the questions. It's like having a conversation with your soul, with your spirit. Now is the time to start doing this, because there's massive shifts going on across the planet. Many things. The darkness is coming to the surface, and what that means that many things like corruption, child pornography, what's been child trafficking, what's happening in government systems, it's all coming to the surface. About what's been going on, the darker side. So this is what the darkness means. The darkness comes to allow the light to come in. So if we bring all this stuff, it's like, say the planet was put into a blanket and all we had to do was shake it a couple of times like that, and all the darkness is gone, and then the planet's full of beautiful light. We need to see what it is that's been holding that or suppressing the beautiful light, the beautiful peace of the planet. And the planet does need to rejuvenate. And because we're consciousness means what we put out there, we will get back. So for many years, it's been about growth in materialism, capitalism, businesses, growing, wealth, greed, and it's time to show, do I really want that? If it's stressing you out, like I've been there many years ago. I had a business, had 5 houses, grow my wealth because that's what I thought I had to do. And it's not that, I can assure you. And if you asked anyone that is going through times at the moment, they will tell you it didn't make me happy. Having my happiness is what's most important, and having those around me being happy. So so you need to, it's like saying to your higher self, so your inner spirit, your heart is the gateway to your soul, your higher self, your intuition. It's like having this conversation with it every day. What is it I need to see? Does this make me feel light? Does this light me up inside? If it doesn't, it means you need to shift the energy of what you're in and bring yourself back to your light. And that might mean letting go. It might be letting go of a relationship. It might be letting go of a house. It might be letting go of a car. It might be letting go of where you live, and maybe you need to go live somewhere else, many things. Just don't hold on. It's the same with jobs. Don't hold on to something that's not feeding your soul, because it's going to cause more suffering and more heartache, because you're going to disconnect from your intuitive self, and you won't be in tune with your higher self. Like careers, relationships, everything. We're here to reevaluate our life. And the second part of the year until the end of the year, that's what we'll be sorting through. So if it's a little bit like if you're watching this and you've sort of, let's use a job as an example. You've let go of a job, or you were let go of your job, because there's many people who were put off with what's happening with the virus, when the virus sort of came around. But maybe you have a new job now and you love it, and you didn't love the old job. So this is what happens. Maybe you've had to buy a new car to transport you, and you love how you feel when you get in that new car. This is what happens. Maybe you've had to sell your house because of financial issues, but you've found another one that's affordable to you, but it makes you feel so much better. So these are the things. Maybe you're no longer in the relationship you were, but you're going through maybe divorce or whatever, and you're starting to feel like, wow, I'm glad I took that step. It hasn't been pleasant, but there's something inside me knowing I'm going to be okay. They're feelings from divine. I remember when I got divorced many years ago, and This is before I had my spiritual awakening, my near-death experience. But I do remember how I was struggling and I was stuck, and I felt so alone that I didn't have my husband anymore with me. I didn't have that life anymore, and it more or less was taken away from me overnight, and it took me a couple of years to let go. I just wanted to be and have that again, but it was no longer meant to be that way. So, and I guess if it did, I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing now and teaching others. So, but there's many things we need to look at. Why am I going through this? You want to be energetically aligned with your life purpose, what you're here to do. We all have a unique skill and purpose as to why we're here. If we're trying to force ourselves to do something else, we will struggle because we're misaligning energetically with the energy of our life purpose. So, for example, say I thought today, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to become an artist, painter. And then so I went off to art school and started painting, and I would feel miserable, and I started feeling miserable while I was painting. That would mean I'm misaligning with my life purpose. I do like painting, by the way. I'm just using this as an example. It would mean I'm trying to create something that's going against my life purpose, the free will of knowing that doesn't align with me. So this is sort of how it works. And since the line gate opens, so the line gate is just another energy that comes through that elevates our energy. If we tune into it, it can help us. And it's all about the galaxies, the planets, the moon, the sun, like everything like that, and how we are connected to that, the water, the ocean, waterfalls, streams, rivers. We are deeply connected to that. It's part of who we are. And consciousness is, if we start or we need to stop putting out things that are negative and start creating better worlds. So if you see rubbish in the water, do what you can to clean it up and report it or whatever you need to do, but also consciously put out that water is free and it's no longer going to have rubbish in there, in a loving way. This is how we create. We don't create a positive outcome by declaring plastic as harmful to the planet, because that means we're creating more of that. We say plastic is here. What is it we can create from this plastic? And eventually, if plastic is so harmful, people will stop using plastic. But for now, it's here. And what can we do that's positive and uplifting with the plastic that's around? For example, I know in Bali, there's lots of plastic on the beaches. Sometimes it gets washed up, little plastic containers, little water containers, plastic water bottles, many things. What can we do if we collected that that's going to be uplifting for us and the planet? I know I heard Adidas are using plastic bottles to put on the soles of shoes. Well, what an innovative idea. These are the things that we have to take responsibility for. We're all in this together, and that's what it means. How can I be the best I can be and be the best for the planet? I hope we just dropped out for a sec. I hope that's been really helpful, but remember, each and every one of you has a beautiful, beautiful heart, and allow your heart to guide you in to your spiritual path of why you're here and what it is you're here to do. Below in the link is a copy of You Need to Reach Out to Me. Please reach out. But otherwise, keep shining your beautiful, beautiful love and light. Namaste, and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye from Kerry in Bali. See you next week at 8:30.